Did I cross a line by refusing to pay for someone else's big home purchases? A few months ago, I moved in with my partner after we got married. We're both in our mid-20s, and we decided to live with his relatives temporarily so we could save for our own place while I finished school. Before moving in, we all sat down together, his mother and his 2 adult siblings included, and agreed this would be a short-term arrangement with a clear exit plan. Even if buying a home took longer than expected, at the time, everyone seemed on board, and I had a genuinely good relationship with his mother. When I moved in, we agreed to split household expenses evenly. Each month, his mother would send out a message with the total, and everyone would send their share. For the first few months, this worked smoothly. Then, without any family discussion, she decided to buy several new appliances for the house. None of the existing ones were broken or unusable, and most of us didn't even know about the purchases until shortly before they arrived. My partner and one of his siblings separately checked with her to confirm whether this was a personal upgrade or something she expected everyone to chip in for, and both times she said it was her decision and left it at that. The following month, when the bill total came through, one of the siblings noticed the appliance costs had been quietly added in. He questioned it in the group chat, pointing out that this hadn't been discussed. Her response was simply that since everyone uses the appliances, everyone should pay for them. The 3 of us who had already clarified this wasn't a shared purchase talked it through and sent our portions minus the appliance costs. Another sibling, who usually avoids conflict, paid the full amount. That evening, she came home extremely upset. A tense conversation followed, where we calmly reiterated that we weren't refusing to contribute out of spite, but because we had explicitly checked beforehand and were told this wasn't a shared expense. I tried to speak as little as possible, letting my partner handle most of it, but I did explain that what hurt was the lack of transparency, especially since we trusted her enough to never question the totals she sent before. She accused us of being ungrateful and reminded us that living elsewhere would cost far more. A few days later, she began asking pointed questions about when we planned to leave and started sending passive-aggressive messages with rental listings and comments about how expensive life outside her house really is. Now the atmosphere feels tense, and I can't tell if standing our ground was reasonable or if we damaged the relationship by refusing to quietly go along with it.